Good evening. The American people are about to pay good money, and lots of it, for the largest bailout of private industry in the nation's history. They are about to give sweeping powers to a Secretary of the Treasury they've never voted for, and they've been told it's an effort to hold off an economic collapse. We've been told our financial system may be changing forever. The mortgage business certainly has. So naturally, today there are a lot of questions from members of Congress, Democrats and Republicans, who'd like to know what we're paying for, and from the people who are putting up the money, the American taxpayers. All the while, we're watching the markets. Stocks took a dive today. Oil went up by a single-day record, and the experts are telling us it's not close to being over. We'll begin our reporting here tonight with NBC's Tom Costello.
As Wall Street rang up a 372-point loss today and oil shot up $16, Republicans and Democrats were coming to terms with the enormity of the financial bailout the administration wants fast-tracked.
Today we are asked to approve the greatest power grab any executive has ever asked for.
These bailouts are an assault on the American capitalism.
Behind the scenes, fast-paced, intense negotiations between the White House and Congress.
We don't have a lot of time. We recognize that.
The administration wants approval this week to take on $700 billion in bad mortgages over the next 2 years. Treasury Secretary Paulson on Meet the Press.
The financial institutions are clogged with illiquid loans. So what we need to do is quickly buy those loans.
But members of Congress want changes to help Main Street as well as Wall Street, including a provision that the government gets a stake in the financial companies unloading their bad debt. That bad credit card and student loan debt also gets included. And that judges be allowed to rewrite bankrupt mortgages and lower ballooning monthly payments that are forcing many Americans from their homes.
We're talking about $700 billion to buy things up. We will then sell them, and we will clearly get back most of the money we're spending. If things work out well, we'll get back all of the money.
Both Democrats and Republicans want something else, significant regulatory oversight.
I see it as very important to pass this, but I don't see how we're going to pass it without real oversight, and I don't think we should.
One potential sticking point, a push to limit the pay packages awarded to executives of companies that offload their bad debt to the government, something the White House has opposed. In a statement, President Bush urged Congress not to use this emergency legislation to pass unrelated provisions or to insist on provisions that would undermine the effectiveness of the plan. But even members of his own party have their own ideas.
I think we want to make sure that executives aren't given golden parachutes, aren't given extraordinarily high salaries when the federal government's stepping in.
Still unclear just who will determine the value of those bad mortgages and how much taxpayers should have to pay for them. With the clock ticking, Congress begins formal hearings tomorrow. Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.